Hey, this is Jim and Hacker the Wonder Dog. We just got through taking a walk through our neighborhood, and I recorded several clips of videos, and we're talking about what you need to know about real estate investing. Of course, we all know about you really need to know your numbers, and that's going to be a totally different subject later. But we talked about knowing your neighborhood, really drilling down and knowing that neighborhood. If you're going to invest in one specific area, get in there, learn everything you can about that neighborhood so you can do quality decisions. So this is the intro. We will be doing maybe one or two a day in a series, kind of covering the subject in our wonderful walk. And I'll put the entire video on probably YouTube so you can see it in one shot. But this is the intro, but we did our walk. And now we're covering with a little appetizer, a little beverage, and Hacker's chilling in the shades. I invite you to come to Invest Success, invest-success.com. Join Tim and I for a free class, no sales pitch. It's an all full-on class. You'll sit with our students and hear about our network and get a lot of valuable information. And we invite you to come join us for free. And we'll put the link in the chat. So, hope you have a great day. Enjoy the series. Bye-bye. I'm out taking Hacker the Wonder Dog for a walk. And as I'm walking, I'm thinking about some of the stuff we tell our students at Invest Success. Number one, the biggest thing is we always say you have to know your numbers. And there's a lot of different numbers that you need to know, and we'll talk about that on a later video. But today we're talking about another thing we always tell people is you really need to know the neighborhood that you're going to be investing in. Is it an up and coming neighborhood? Is it kind of declining? Is it stagnant? And what kind of neighborhood is it? Is it what we call a DINK neighborhood, dual income, no kids? Is it a neighborhood with young families and young kids? Is it more or less a retirement area where they're all senior citizens? What is your neighborhood like? Where's it going? What's it like? And also, neighborhoods can change in a couple of blocks. You know, we're walking down this one street here now. You know, it was built in one time period. Just a couple blocks over, across the main street, and it's a completely different neighborhood. And you need to know that stuff because property values can shift, you know, very drastically, very quickly. So you need to know your neighborhood. One thing to look in as you ride around the neighborhood and look in yards, is it filled with kids' bikes and stuff like that, kids' toys, or does it have old people toys, boats, motorcycles? Is that's what's filling the yard? Like I say, you really want to drill down and find out who's living here. And while you're doing that, you also pay attention to the schools. You got a school over here coming up. Is your neighborhood got good schools? I know when we moved to Colorado, or no, when I brought my wife to Colorado, we were deciding where to live. And her number one concern was for her son, our son now, was what are the schools like? We want to get a good school. So check out your schools. See, most states have websites that will tell you which schools are better than others, and they rank them in order. So you may want to check that out. So if you're going to pick a neighborhood and that's going to be your farm, you want to really drill down and find out what's there. Because trust me, the people you're going to be selling your house to, that's a concern for them. Good schools, good neighborhoods, safe neighborhoods. Another thing you want to look at is what kind of parks are in the neighborhood. Are there a little collection of small little parks? Are there big parks with open spaces? Here in our neighborhood, we have a lot of these trails that snake through the neighborhood. Hacker and I love doing our walks. We'll walk for sometimes an hour and a half and just stay like on these trails, stay in the back neighborhood. Again, where we're at, it's very safe and it's very well maintained. The city does a wonderful job of keeping it up. And you really do want that in your neighborhood. If you want a house full of I won't show it to you. The house full of with a bunch of junk cars in the yard, or do you want, houses that are the owners take pride in it and try to keep them updated and looking good? All things to consider. There's a house very well maintained. A lot of the owners take a good pride in it. And also, while you're deciding on your neighborhood, what is your flip or what is your investing plan? Are you going to buy to flip, or are you going to buy it and hold for rentals? And that's going to determine how you factor that rehab budget. You're going to fix the house up to different levels depending on if you're going to rent it or if you're going to sell it and get high dollar. Typically, you do not go low, cheap, but you don't go top shelf for rentals. You want to get something in the middle of the road that is not going to break the bank, but that is durable. Because trust me, it needs to be durable, or the renters, it's not their house. They're just staying there for a while, so they're not going to take care of it to the same level that an owner would. People's going to live there and make it their home. So again, we teach fixing and flipping is a way to make some good money. Do it several times, but eventually we like to see our students merge over into doing the buy and holds, or possibly do 3 flips and a hold, and then do 3 flips and a hold. You're making cash flow now, but you're starting to build that passive income for later. Here's an example of how neighborhoods can change. This is a neighborhood we were just walking through. It's Westlake Village in Broomfield. You go across this road here and then you get into Westminster. Completely different neighborhood. It's across some really nice shopping, which you really want to look at, especially if you're going to live there or have renters there that are happy renters. And then over on across the street, again, completely different neighborhood, different values, different houses. Everything's different, but it can change. We basically got 3 distinct neighborhoods right here at one intersection. Like I said earlier, something to consider if you're going to live there or have your happy renters. So what kind of shopping is nearby? For us, we've got King Soopers, we got groceries, we've got a bank in here, we got a mail store, gasoline, and several restaurants. Very good area to come hang out in. And one more thing that could add value to your project: what's around you. And again, is it going up? Is it going down in quality? Is it stagnant? All things to consider, because neighborhoods do evolve. I've driven around Denver and been here for a while, and I've seen some very drastic changes in certain areas. Some of just everybody's let it go. Other neighborhood investors have come in and taken a real trashy down neighborhood, and investors get together and bring it back to life, give it a new look, a new feel, totally different comfort value, and of course higher values. So where's your neighborhood going? Up, down, sideways, off the face of the planet? Okay, Hacker and we're about the halfway point on our little walk. We're chilling out at our favorite brewery. Again, it's walking distance from my house, so I love my neighborhood. So what did we cover? You got to know your numbers, but more than that, you got to know your neighborhood. Where's it at? Where's it going? Who's living there? What's the quality of the houses? What's surrounding the houses? And if you're on Zillow, zooming down, trying to look at the map, watch out for those wide roads, and really get out there and maybe ride through the neighborhood and ride around. Maybe another good benefit is if there's a brewery here like this in the neighborhood, stop in, have a beverage, and talk to people. Say, hey, do you live here? What do you think about the neighborhood? Is it up? Is it down? Is it great? Is it bad? But do some due diligence, do some research, know where you're going to spend your money, and hopefully you're going to make good money. Other than that, cheers, happy investing. Come see Tim and I at invest-success.com and come join our next class for free, completely free. Come join us. Have a great day.